What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a very special video because we are going completely off script. We are going to get out of this seat, which you guys all see me in for every video. We're gonna go around the house and I'm gonna take you through a typical day and what that should look like for you if you are completing a pelvic floor program. Because for a lot of people, they just think that, I gotta do it at the gym, or I gotta do my pelvic floor squeezes just once throughout the day, then I'm done. No. When you watch my videos, I want to set you up for the best chance of seeing really good results and getting that success. So we are going to go through every room of the house, different times of the day, different positions, the shower, sitting at the work desk, in bed first thing in the morning, in bed first thing at night, cooking dinner, making lunch, whatever. Because in order to set yourself up for success, you need to be doing two things. You need to get those reps in. Just doing 3 sets of 10 of your pelvic floor contractions during the day, not gonna cut it. If you're experiencing urinary incontinence, so urine leakage, sexual dysfunction, or just general pelvic floor weakness, these aren't light topics. It didn't happen overnight, so it's not gonna be fixed overnight. So again, we need to be making sure that we're getting our reps in and we're forming good daily habits. And number 2, we are being consistent. So getting those reps in day after day after day. And that's what I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna show you the easiest routine to follow. You're gonna see me do it. I'm gonna coach you through every position so that you can just build this into your normal day. And if you're new here, my name is Eric. I'm a mental health physiotherapist, and this channel is dedicated to mental health physiotherapy and helping you to overcome mental health problems. Now, if you have not joined our community just yet, please make sure that you click the subscribe button down below. And if you enjoy my content, please click the like button because it helps more men find my videos and they might need help too. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. Okay, 2 things probably come to mind. Number 1, what are you doing standing in the shower filming a YouTube video? And number 2, why are you holding a microphone? Well, this room is extremely echoey, so the audio would be terrible if I wasn't holding this, and there's really nowhere else to put it. But more importantly, the bathroom, and specifically the shower, is the best place to complete another set of pelvic floor contractions. Why? Well, you're typically in complete privacy with the door closed, you've got the warm water running in the shower, and it's complete alone time. And for most, you're not showering with clothes on, which means that you'll have direct access onto the skin to feel if you're doing these contractions properly. So in the shower, what I want you to do is we're gonna actually practice what's called a supported lean position. So how you do that is you take a wall in the shower, you're gonna take your non-dominant arm, and I want you to brace yourself onto your forearm like such. And you are putting all your weight onto this arm, but please make sure you don't slip. Maybe it's best if you have a non-slip mat in place, just to be careful and be on the safe side. And now with your dominant hand, you're gonna take your 2 fingers, and much like every other position we've covered in this video, you're gonna place those 2 fingers directly on the skin in between your scrotum and your anus so that you can properly feel a contraction and making sure you're doing it okay. So again, you're gonna place your 2 fingers down on the skin. I'm not gonna do it because I'm holding the microphone. And I want you to completely relax, put your head on that arm. I want you to relax the stomach, and then I want you to complete 10 pelvic floor contractions, trying to hold each contraction for around 5 seconds. So really concentrate here, try your best to feel that bulge out into those 2 fingers with every single rep. Now, the beautiful thing about the shower is you're not in a rush, because if you want to spend extra time in the warm water, you can do 2 or 3 sets of these pelvic floor contractions. For example, first thing when you get in, when that water's warming up, do a set before you even get under the water. Set number 2, if you're in between shampooing and body wash, or if you do it vice versa, do another set of 10. And then right before you get out, just so you can squeeze an extra 30 seconds out of the warm water, I want you to do your final set of pelvic floor contractions, making sure you don't lose your balance and fall. And now, let's get on to the next position. You know that old saying, if you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean? Well, we're gonna modify that a little bit, because if you've got time to lean, you've got time to do another set of pelvic floor contractions. And I don't care if you're making Nona's famous lasagna in the oven, or if you're making your famous stir fry, you're gonna put that spatula down and you are gonna do your next set of pelvic floor contractions. This set, obviously, because you're watching the food, we wanna be safe. You got the oven on, you got the stovetop on. We're gonna do it standing up. And this makes it a little bit more difficult because we are now in what's called a gravity prone position, meaning that gravity is pressing down on all of our internal organs, especially our bladder, and it's really starting to tension that pelvic floor, which means that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to feel a pelvic floor contraction. Not impossible, you just got to really make sure that your fingers are in place and you're prepared to feel it. So what I like to do is, again, leaning on the countertop. I want your feet shoulder width apart, and obviously you would not have a microphone in your hand. I just told you to drop the spatula or any other cooking utensil. I want you to place 2 fingers underneath your shorts, your boxers or underwear, right onto the skin. Prepare to feel that contraction. I want you to soften those knees. I want you to start to relax the stomach. And now that you have time, I want you to do 10 really fast pelvic floor contractions. And I want you to go at this speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 10. What we're doing here is we're working on our speed work, but also power. So naturally, you're gonna get a little bit of that tenseness and clenching of the stomach. That's okay. Just make sure it's not too over the top. But I really want you to focus on speed and power. Pump out 10, pick up that spatula. Don't you dare burn that stir fry or lasagna and get back to cooking. You just finished another set of pelvic floor contractions. So you're at your office, you're typing away, you're either at your home office or you're at work. Regardless, you're probably sitting down at a desk in a nice chair, hopefully comfortable chair. And now we're gonna do another set of pelvic floor contractions, this time in this sitting position. But we have 2 options. We can either just do it sitting up nice and straight, so feet on the floor, or we can practice another supported lean, much like we did in the shower. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do both. So if you wanna do just the classic sitting up pelvic floor contraction, I want you to scoot all the way to the front of the chair. So only your 2 sit bones should be in contact with the chair. The rest of your legs should be off. I want your feet shoulder width apart. I want you sitting up nice and tall. I want your non-dominant hand over top of your stomach so you can make sure you're not clenching and squeezing your core. And then I want your dominant hand, I want 2 fingers on the skin, so underneath your pants, directly into that spot between your scrotum and your anus, and getting ready to feel each contraction. So I want you leaning forward. I want all the weight onto your feet. I want that stomach starting to relax into that hand. You should feel it relax. And I want you to try 10 pelvic floor contractions. So again, just flicking that pelvic floor on, you should feel that gentle bulge into those 2 fingers. That's how you know you're doing it correctly. If you can't feel it, really concentrate, close your eyes, and I just want you to be present. So if you need to, make sure that you close your office door. You can put in some headphones if you wish, turn off the lights, whatever you need to do to set the scene to really focus on your pelvic floor contractions. And you would close your eyes and you would do 10. Now the next option is let's do supported lean. So let's get that work laptop out of here. We'll move it off to the side. Supported lean, again, you scoot all the way to the edge of the seat so only your sit bones are touching the chair. Next, place all your weight onto that non-dominant arm, okay? So I'm leaning all my body weight onto this forearm. Next, take your dominant hand and the 2 fingers, place it onto the skin again, and I want you to really relax that belly. I want you to completely let that stomach go and just practice a couple nice deep breaths in and out. And then you are going to do your 10 pelvic floor contractions. The reason why I like doing the supported lean sitting at a desk is because you're in a better gravity assisted position rather than just sitting straight up. So you're kind of getting that pelvic floor into a better position, giving you the best chance at feeling a contraction. So I would say if you think that you're going really well with your pelvic floor routine, just do it normally sitting up. But if you're having a hard time feeling the contractions and you really want to make sure you're doing them correctly, get yourself into that supported lean position. You can't go wrong. It's the end of the day, and what better way to finish off a long, hard day than with 10 pelvic floor contractions. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna put our tea down, we're gonna close this book, put that on the nightside table, and now we are gonna get ready for our final set of contractions. So before you go to bed, I want you again lying down in bed because as I said in the beginning, this is our gravity assisted position and the easiest position for you to feel a contraction. And the reason why this is important at nighttime is because you've just had a really hard day. You've been sitting, you've probably been driving, you might have exercised. Your pelvic floor is going to naturally be fatigued because the weight of gravity all day pressing down on your bladder and your bowels really tensions that pelvic floor, acting as the hammock. So we want to be nice and kind to our bodies at the end of the day. That's why we're doing it in line. So what I want you to do is different from this morning. I actually want you to bend your knees up, okay? Bend your knees up. I want those two fingers on your dominant hand. I want them down your pants, right on the skin, in between your scrotum and your anus, making sure that you can feel every contraction. And like I just mentioned, because it's the end of the day, that flicker that you're feeling bulging out into those two fingers, it's probably going to be a little bit less because you're fatigued. But nonetheless, we've got to get the reps in, and we're going to do 10 before we go to sleep. So the hand that's not in use, you're going to place that over the stomach, making sure that you're not squeezing your abdomen. You're going to lean back, head against the headboard, just relax. And I want you to do 10 pelvic floor contractions, trying to hold each contraction for around 2 to 5 seconds. If you can only get 2 seconds, that's fine. Just let it go and do 10 more. So we're gonna breathe out. We're feeling nice and calm. Hands are in place. And we're gonna contract. We're gonna hold, 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 hold. Relax. Again, make sure you're not squeezing your stomach. Make sure your fingers are in place. And that's it. You have just completed an entire day of your pelvic floor routine. Great work. Now you got to do it again tomorrow because as I said in the beginning, the most important part of this program and for you to see results is number one, you got to get the reps in. I don't care if you're on holidays, if you're at the office, if you're working from home, you need to find a way to get the reps in. And I showed you so many different positions today, so that shouldn't be a problem. But the number 2 factor is you need to be consistent. This is not going to get better overnight. Your leakage isn't going to improve overnight. Your sexual dysfunction, erectile dysfunction is not going to improve. But I can almost guarantee that it will with time. And how you can guarantee that for yourself is you got to do this every day. It's like clockwork. It's like brushing your teeth in the morning and night. You just do it. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you found some value in this video. And if you're not a member of our community already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button at the bottom of your screen. And if you liked the content and if you liked today's video, it would mean the world to me if you could hit the like button. It's really simple. It costs nothing. Just click the like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and remember, regardless of your situation, keep going and keep putting that work in.